But in terms of like mass adoption, blockchain technology and just the wallets and the lending applications and all of these different tools, they solve so many problems that aren't solved foundationally in these regions. And so, yes, I think that we are going to see mass adoption outside the US first, outside the Western countries first, and then we'll see that flow over. And eventually, again, the way that I've always talked about this, and I kind of see it happening now, is it's just another rail. And if we think about it like that and we don't think about it as this like scary thing, it's just another rail, then we'll see it, you know, all over in the world.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, you know, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, you know, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids' books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and crypto pull back. As I'm doing this video, we are moving up. And right now, we have the stock market doing great. But guys, make sure you're looking at that calendar for tomorrow. I already posted it in the premium stock Patreon account. And in crypto, we have options also tomorrow. But guys, normally when you look at the actual calendar, you will see when the stock market gets volatile, Bitcoin and crypto normally benefit. So the pullback should not be that bad tomorrow. Now we have nearly 600 million of Silk Road Bitcoin, and we know that's the government, hits Coinbase. And they're definitely going to be selling it. But guys, when you're looking at 600 million, that's not a lot now when you're looking at the bigger picture of things. And we hear about Mt.Gox, the government, Germany selling, but nobody's talking about who's buying. If there's a seller, there's a buyer. That's the markets. And we know the whales are buying up. So guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are up. And guys, yield rates have fallen. That just lets you know, I really do think the Fed is going to do more than a 25 basis point cut in September. And we have the dollar down. And as we also know, the dollar hasn't been this weak in a while. And then we have volume and crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Apple opens its payment chip to third parties. Tap to pay using USDC on iPhones coming soon. And yes, guys, you heard that correct. And we know whoever makes this seamless is the winner. And we see all these corporations working together while the sheep are asleep. They're moving this digital economy so fast because remember, guys, they've already tested this over in the emerging markets. Everything's working in the emerging markets. They just need now to push regulation and adoption. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, guys, we have the Fed repo at $328 billion. And make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis. And we have the Trump organization pushing DeFi. And we know DeFi is definitely the new banking. And what did Jerome Powell say? They've been looking at digital assets for decades. They've been behind crypto the whole time. Remember, crypto means hidden message, hidden meaning. These digital assets are for the machines. They're going to let you have that programmable money. So therefore, they can tell you what, when, and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof is gone. And remember, guys, that's biblical. Now we have the Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer, sets goal to pass crypto legislation by the end of this year. And we see most countries having regulation, legislation, but when it comes to the U.S., we're behind. Remember, guys, we're behind for a reason. We are the foundation of this legacy market. And then, of course, also, the United States is going to lose that world reserve currency title. Remember, we're going on a level playing field. And all the spending in the United States has to end. And we know the United States people would not tolerate that. They're too spoiled. So guess what? That crisis has to come. And we hear the drums of beating cyber attacks every time you turn around. We are definitely going to be in an Avengers movie. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. We have Bitcoin right now slightly up, Ethereum down. And also we have Morgan Stanley reveals 187 million position in BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. And that should not surprise you guys. Remember, always follow the money. Don't worry about what they say. Follow the money. But getting over into a little crypto news. We have first leverage MicroStrategy ETF launches in the U.S. And when you see MicroStrategy, you should see Morgan Stanley. But this leverage ETF, guys, I tell you right now, is going to be very volatile because we're going to have a lot of geopolitical events right around the corner. So there definitely is going to be money made in that ETF. And lastly, guys, we have Binance goes live in India. After paying a penalty, now they have access to 1 billion people. And we know India already has crypto exchanges. But the fact is that Binance is back and the name still carries a lot of weight. And remember, the rise of the fourth industrial revolution is in the emerging markets, the BRICS nations, because now you're going to have the fall of the American world reserve currency and the rise of China's digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.